Good morning, guys. It's Sunday morning, October 3rd. I'm traveling right now, but I thought that it was important to cover the latest Trade Market Report, which just came out on October 3rd, just a few days ago. So we can see if we can make sense of what's happening in the market in Toronto and the GTA. We'll go over the economic indicators first. The real GDP growth is up, which is obviously good, but it's counterbalanced by the GDP growth per capita, which is still negative, and it's been negative over the past couple of years. So, on balance, things are potentially improving, but not looking all that great. We still might be in an unofficial recession because officially we're not. The employment growth is up at 1.5%. The unemployment rate is at 8%, whopping 8% for Toronto and the GTA. It's lower across Canada, but if you look at Toronto, it's clearly a recessionary territory. The inflation is at 2%. Awesome. So finally, we hit the mark that the Bank of Canada was talking about all along. But now they're concerned that it might continue sliding down and we might end up in a deflationary territory, which is a problem. And of course, the Bank of Canada is looking to address that. So we might be seeing rate cuts that are deeper than quarter points that we've been seeing in the past three consecutive announcements. We have two more announcements this year, one in October and one in December. And I wouldn't be too surprised to see 50 basis point cuts on both of those occasions. Could happen. And those types of cuts will spur the economy and they will spur the market activity as well, most likely. Let's look at what the Bank of Canada, or rather what the TREB is talking about in the blurb in the center of the page. Great Toronto Area home sales increased year over year in September. Buyers were starting to take advantage of more affordable market conditions brought about by interest rate cuts and lower home prices. Well, it's a bit of an exaggeration. Interest rate cuts have not produced the result that we wanted, and in fact, is an indication of a problem or perhaps multiple problems with the economy. And home prices, as you will see in a minute, have gone down by just a hair width. Nothing much had happened there. So, from my perspective, most likely why the buyer activity has increased is because of the seasonality of the marketplace. We're in the fall, we're in October, so kids are back in school. They have been in school for some time. Parents are back in town. They're back in the business mode, and people that are looking to upgrade are actually doing that. Those that are looking to downsize are actively engaged in that, and people that are thinking about changing neighborhoods and making lateral moves are involved in that as well. So to me, the change is brought about by the fall rather than the current market conditions. As buyers take advantage of changes to mortgage lending guidelines and borrowing costs trend lower, home sales will steadily increase in relation to population growth. Optimistic projection, it might happen, but still you have to remember that there are two camps, there are two sides to this story. Some people believe, and we're talking about experts, right? We're talking about economists that are looking at the real estate market and the economy at large. Some economists are saying, well, the market is likely to start going up with all these changes. Some people are saying that the market will likely go down because of the weakness in the economy. So to say that the home sales will increase in relation to population growth is just addressing one side of the projections. There is an equal group of people that can justify their views that are saying that the market will likely decrease. But it's equally possible that the market will continue trading sideways, and that's exactly what we've been seeing over the past 6 months or so. With every rate cut, a growing number of GTA households will afford a long-term investment in home ownership, including first-time home buyers, said Toronto Toronto Regional Real Estate Board President Jennifer Pierce. So yeah, that's a view, and basically what the board is telling you is that you need to act now, or as the prices increase, you will miss the most opportune moment to buy it at a decent price. Well, if you consider what's happening in the real estate market right now to be decent as far as prices are concerned. Well, let's look at the numbers themselves, the numbers for September, and see if the opinions by the board are supported by the numbers. Let's look at the percent changes. For detached homes in the 416 area code, that's gone up For sales, by 10%. Within 905 area code, it's almost 11%. For semis, 13% increase in sales, and within 905 area code, it's 12%. For townhomes, things have gone down within 416 by 8.7%, and 905, we have a massive jump in sales, 21.4%. For condo apartments, it's 2.2% for 416 area code and negative 2% for 905. That's as far as sales. For prices, for detached homes, prices have gone down within the city of Toronto by 2.4%, within 905 area code, negative 0.5%. For semis, 1.3% increase in average price within 416, and negative 2% within 905. Townhomes, negative 1.7%, and negative 4% within 905 area code. For condo apartments, we are in the negative, in the red, for both 416 and 905. So we have minus 3.5 for 416 and minus 4.1 for 905. So as you see, the changes are not that significant when it comes to prices. Let's look at the average price changes year over year in the summary section here. So the prices have gone down by 1%. Okay, it's a change, but is it driving buyers to start buying homes? I still maintain that seasonality is the key factor here, and not the price changes or changes to the mortgage regulations or changes to the costs of carrying a mortgage, whether variable or fixed. So in absolute numbers, we were at $1,118,215 for 2023 for a typical home across all home types, and this year we're at $1,107,291. Very insignificant change. Now for sales, the sales are up by 8.5%, new listings are up by 10.5%. So new listings are coming to the market at a faster pace than we are able to sell them. And active listings have gone up by 35.5% year over year. Days on market have increased quite significantly. For a listing, we are up by 35% from 20 days to 27 days, and average days on market for a property, which means property comes on the market, maybe gets suspended, comes on the market again, and then finally sells. So for property days on market, we're up by 43.3%. So from 30 days in 23 to 43 days in 24, it takes longer to sell a home. So, plan ahead if you're thinking about selling this year. One thing that I think is important to mention is all of us, of course, are trying to time the market. We're trying to find the most opportune time for us to sell and get a higher price if we're selling, or get a lower price if we're buying. And we basically trying to decide between making a move right now or waiting for a few months just to see how the market is going to behave. But in reality, I believe that the driving force behind making those types of decisions should be necessity. So if you feel like it's necessary for you to upgrade, that you've outgrown your home, this is the decision that should be driving the process. We used to looking at real estate as somewhat of a lottery. It's been increasing and increasing and increasing over the past decade, almost by a factor of 3. And of course, from the seller's standpoint, we're thinking, if we wait for a little longer, the prices will increase. We'll be able to pull out more equity when we sell. From the buyer's standpoint, they're seeing all the problems with the economy over the past year or so, and they're thinking, okay, you know what, maybe I will wait a little and the prices will drop further down. There is no definitive indication that prices will start shooting up as the government brought about those changes to the mortgage regulations announced earlier in September, or the overall activity will be spurred by lower interest rates, although that is a big factor and it might actually do the trick. But at the same time, we have to remember that the Bank of Canada is decreasing rates not because the economy is doing well, but rather the opposite. The economy is doing very poorly and they're trying to stimulate it by dropping the rates. So things are quite complicated in the market, and trying to make sense of where it's going to go over the next 6 or 7, 12 months is a futile exercise. So if you think that this is the time for you to move, it should be based on your life circumstances rather than the market conditions. That's really the overriding message that I would send to you. Think about what you need to do versus what you think the market is going to do over the next little while, and make the decision based on that. So that's about it, guys. And if you're trying to either sell or buy or invest and you are not sure about how to position your property in the market right now, give us a call. We'll include a link in the description below with our info, and at the same time there's going to be a link to our calendars. You can connect with me, you can connect with my partner, and we'll schedule a 15-minute phone consultation where we're going to talk about your specific objectives. That's about it, guys, and I'll see you next week. Oh yeah, don't forget to hit the like button if you like the content. Consider subscribing to the channel, and I'm looking forward to seeing your comments in the comments section below. Take care.